Good morning, everyone. In life, we all go through challenges, times when the road seems unclear, when the darkness surrounds us, and when we feel lost. These are the moments when we need guidance the most, and that's where trust comes into play. Trust in the Good Shepherd, the one who has always been there, leading us with love and wisdom. In many spiritual traditions, the image of a shepherd has been used to represent guidance, protection, and care. The shepherd doesn't just watch over the sheep. They walk with them, know their names, and lead them to green pastures. This is the essence of the Good Shepherd, a figure that embodies unwavering care and commitment to those who follow. But the question is, do we trust that the shepherd knows what is best for us? In times of hardship, when everything feels uncertain, it's easy to let doubt creep in. Yet the Good Shepherd calls us to trust in his leading, to know that no matter how winding the path may seem, he is there, guiding us toward a purpose, toward safety, and toward a place of peace. Trusting in the Good Shepherd requires faith, faith that even in the face of uncertainty, he is always with us. It's not always easy to trust when we can't see the whole picture, when we are walking through the valley of shadows. But it's in those moments, perhaps, when our trust is most important. The Good Shepherd doesn't promise that the journey will be without challenges. There will be storms. There will be rocky paths. But he promises to never leave us. He promises to lead us with love, to guide us with wisdom, and to protect us from harm. Let us place our trust in the Good Shepherd. Let us walk with him through the valleys and climb the mountains, knowing that we are never alone. And as we trust in his care and guidance, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that he is leading us to the life he has prepared for us. Life at times seems to present us with obstacles that feel insurmountable, and during these moments we are called to look beyond the surface of our circumstances and tap into something deeper, something far more powerful than the challenges at hand. We are faced with the overwhelming sensation of uncertainty, and we wonder if we'll ever find our way. This feeling of being lost or adrift in a sea of confusion can paralyze the mind and cloud the heart. However, it is precisely in these moments of feeling lost that we are reminded of the most profound truth, that there is a force, a presence, that knows the way, a presence that is guiding us even when we cannot see the path ahead. In our lives, we often search for answers outside of ourselves. We seek solutions in external sources, relying on advice, signs, and the assurances of others to show us the way. But what if the answers we seek, the direction we crave, is already within us? What if the trust we need is not in the external world, but in an inner knowing, an inner guidance that has always been present, quietly and faithfully leading us? This is the power of trusting in the Good Shepherd, the one who has always been there, ready to lead us to where we need to go, not by pushing or forcing us, but by gently guiding us with love. When we are lost, it's easy to forget that the Good Shepherd is not distant or detached from us. This shepherd is intimately familiar with every part of our being. There is nothing about us that is hidden, nothing that goes unnoticed. The shepherd knows us by name, and in knowing us so deeply, he leads us with a perfect understanding of what we need. While we may feel as though we are in a place of darkness, unable to see beyond the next step, the shepherd knows the journey and sees the end from the beginning. His trust in the process is unwavering, and in his trust we find the courage to trust as well. The beauty of trusting in this shepherd lies in the fact that trust is not about understanding every detail of the journey, but about surrendering to the process of life itself. When we allow ourselves to trust, we are no longer at the mercy of fear or doubt. We are free to step forward, even when the road is unclear. It's in this surrender that we open ourselves to receive the guidance, the wisdom, and the strength that has always been available to us. Trust, then, is not an act of passive waiting. It is an active engagement with life, a willingness to step into the unknown with the certainty that we are not alone. We walk the path not by our own strength alone, but by the strength of the trust that we place in the one guiding us. As we trust, we are led to places we never thought possible, to experiences we could never have imagined. And with each step, our faith in the shepherd deepens, knowing that even in the face of difficulty, we are exactly where we need to be. Now, to trust the Good Shepherd is to understand that every moment, every situation, and every challenge is part of the larger picture, the picture that the shepherd sees, the picture that we are sometimes too close to fully understand. By trusting in his guidance, we step into the flow of life, knowing that we are always being led toward what is best for us, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. In this trust, we find peace, because we know that we are not alone on the journey. The shepherd walks with us, and in that presence we are always safe. When we find ourselves in the midst of uncertainty, it's natural to seek assurance from the world around us. We look for signs, for words of comfort, for solutions that come from external sources. Yet, often, the very answers we seek are not found in the outside world, but are buried deep within us. The feeling of being lost, of not knowing where to go, is merely a reflection of our own disconnection from the truth of who we are and the power that resides within us. It's in these moments of doubt and fear that we are called to trust, not in the world, but in the deeper knowing that lies within, guiding us toward our true path. When we trust the Good Shepherd, we trust in the understanding that we are never truly lost. It is our perception that blinds us to the truth. The shepherd, who knows us intimately, is always there, guiding us with wisdom and love, even when we cannot see the way. It is not the shepherd who moves away from us. It is we who, in moments of fear and doubt, fail to recognize the guiding presence that is always with us. Trust, then, is not about seeking answers outside of ourselves, but rather allowing ourselves to remember that we are already being led. The answers are within, and they come not through force or struggle, but through surrender to the quiet knowing that there is a force greater than our own that is always guiding us. When we step into this trust, we release the need to control every outcome and instead allow life to unfold as it is meant to. It's an act of surrender, yes, but it is also a powerful act of faith. We allow the shepherd to guide us through the unknown, knowing that every step is part of a larger plan, a plan that we may not yet fully understand. But in trusting, we open ourselves to receive the wisdom and clarity that we need. The path may not always be clear, but we trust that it is unfolding exactly as it should. And in that trust, we are given the peace that comes from knowing that we are always exactly where we need to be. Trusting the Good Shepherd is not a passive act. It requires active participation from us. We must learn to tune into the quiet voice within, the voice that always points us in the right direction. As we move forward, we may encounter challenges, but rather than seeing these as obstacles, we learn to view them as opportunities for growth. as part of the larger process of our unfolding. Every challenge is not something to fear, but something to embrace, knowing that it is through these moments that we become more aligned with the shepherd's guidance. It is in these moments of tension, of uncertainty, that we are invited to trust more deeply. The peace that comes from this trust is not a peace that comes from the absence of struggle, but a peace that comes from knowing that, no matter what, we are being led toward something greater. Even when the road ahead seems unclear, we trust that it is the right road, and with each step, the path becomes clearer. This is the power of trust, not a blind leap, but a conscious choice to believe in the deeper wisdom that is always at work, even when we cannot see it. And as we trust, we realize that we are always being cared for, always being guided, and always exactly where we need to be. When we look at the difficulties and challenges of life, it's easy to feel that we are walking alone, without guidance, without a map to show us the way forward. In these moments of struggle, it often seems as if we are lost in a sea of uncertainty, unable to find solid ground. But this is a misunderstanding. The truth is that we are never truly lost. The very idea of being lost comes from a perception rooted in doubt and fear, not reality. In those moments of confusion, what we truly need is to trust. Trust in the presence that has always been with us, guiding us even when we cannot see it. We are not wandering aimlessly. We are being led step by step, even if we do not yet understand the path. Trust in the Good Shepherd is not just an idea. It is a living, breathing reality. It is the recognition that we are always being guided, even when our human minds cannot comprehend the direction we are heading. The shepherd does not stand apart from us, watching us struggle. Rather, the shepherd walks with us in every moment, understanding our struggles. When we trust the shepherd, we are trusting in an intelligence greater than our own, an intelligence that knows exactly what we need, even when we cannot see the full picture. Trusting the Good Shepherd means surrendering to the knowing that we are always being taken care of, that the guidance we seek is not somewhere out there, but already within us. The shepherd, in his love and wisdom, knows the perfect course for us, even when we can't see beyond the next step. And in this trust we find peace, a peace that transcends our understanding and our fears. As we walk this journey, trust becomes not just a passive belief, but an active practice. Trusting the Good Shepherd means choosing to move forward even when the road ahead is unclear. It means letting go of the need to control every detail of our journey and instead opening ourselves to the flow of life. We don't have to know everything in advance. We don't have to have all the answers. The shepherd will reveal them to us in time, guiding us toward what we need when we need it. Trusting this process is an act of faith, a faith that the path will unfold in the most perfect way, even if we can't see how it all fits together at the moment. When we trust the shepherd, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, allowing the wisdom of the journey to unfold without resistance. The challenges we encounter are not obstacles. They are stepping stones, leading us to the places where we will grow and evolve. And in this process of trusting, we come to realize something profound. The shepherd is not distant, nor is he waiting for us to earn his guidance. He is always present, always ready to guide us, even when we feel unworthy or incapable. The shepherd's love is unconditional, and his guidance is always given with the deepest care and understanding. Trusting the Good Shepherd means accepting that we are worthy of that care, that we are deserving of the guidance he offers. We are not here to struggle alone. We are here to learn, to grow, and to be led into greater understanding of who we truly are. Each moment we trust, we step into a greater alignment with the truth of our being and with the love that has always been guiding us. We are never alone on this journey. The shepherd is with us, leading us through the unknown, one step at a time, with infinite love and wisdom. When we face uncertainty, it's easy to feel that we are walking a path alone. The road ahead seems unclear, and the challenges seem insurmountable. It is in these moments that we need to remember a profound truth. We are never truly lost. The idea of being lost is a creation of the mind, born out of fear and doubt. In reality, we are always being guided, always walking with a presence that knows the way. The shepherd, who knows us deeply, understands our fears, our struggles, and our desires. But more importantly, the shepherd knows the perfect way forward, even when we cannot see the full picture. Trusting in this presence means trusting in the unseen guidance that is always at work, leading us, even in our darkest moments. Trusting the shepherd is not merely about surrendering to a force outside ourselves. It is about recognizing the truth that the guidance we seek is already within us. We are often so focused on external solutions, on finding answers from others or from the world around us, that we forget the most important source of all, our own inner knowing. The shepherd's guidance is not separate from us. It is the still, quiet voice within that whispers when we are lost, the calm presence that reassures us when fear takes over. This voice is not external, but part of us. It is the essence of who we truly are, reminding us that we are not alone and that we are always being led toward what is best for us. The key is learning to trust this inner knowing, to listen for it in the midst of our lives, and to follow its direction without fear or hesitation. In trusting the Good Shepherd, we also come to realize that we do not need to control every step of our journey. Our tendency is to try to figure everything out, to have all the answers before we take the next step. But trust is the willingness to let go of this need for control and allow the journey to unfold naturally. The shepherd does not demand that we understand everything before we move forward. In fact, often the path will seem unclear, and yet it is in these moments that our trust is most powerful. When we trust, we are allowing the flow of life to take us where we need to go, even when we cannot see the next turn. The trust we place in the shepherd is a trust in the process itself, knowing that each step, no matter how small or uncertain, brings us closer to the destination that is perfect for us. It is the act of surrendering to the journey, knowing that even in the face of uncertainty, we are always being led in the right direction. One of the most powerful aspects of trusting the Good Shepherd is understanding that this trust is not conditional. It is not something we have to earn. The shepherd does not withhold guidance or love based on our actions or our level of worthiness. The shepherd's love is unconditional, and so too is his guidance. No matter how lost we may feel, no matter how far we believe we have strayed, the shepherd is always there, ready to lead us back. This is a deeply comforting truth. It means that we do not have to worry about being good enough or worthy enough for the shepherd's care. We are already worthy, already loved, already cared for. Trusting the shepherd is the act of accepting this love and knowing that we are always being guided, even when we can't see the way. With this trust, we are free to walk forward without fear, knowing that the shepherd's guidance is always available to us, no matter where we are on the journey. Each moment of trust brings us closer to our true self. It aligns us with the infinite wisdom that is always available to us, guiding us toward greater understanding and growth. Trusting the shepherd is a continuous process, one that deepens as we walk the path. With every step we take, we come to know the shepherd more intimately, and we come to trust the process of life more fully. As we trust, we realize that the shepherd is not only guiding us to external destinations, but also leading us inward, helping us discover the truth of who we are. And in this discovery, we find peace, knowing that we are never alone on this journey, and that we are always being led toward the highest good. In our daily lives, we often find ourselves caught in the whirlwind of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. The world around us seems chaotic, and it can feel as though we are stumbling through a fog, unsure of where to turn next. Yet in these very moments of confusion, we are being called to trust. The idea of being lost is only a reflection of our own perception. We are never truly lost. The truth is that we are always being guided, whether we can see the path ahead or not. When we trust the Good Shepherd, we trust in an intelligence that has always known our journey, an intelligence that is not bound by time or space, but knows the way, even when we cannot. The challenge we face in these moments is not that the shepherd is absent, but that we fail to recognize his presence. The shepherd is not a distant figure who only comes to our aid in times of crisis. He is within us, always, guiding us with wisdom, love, and understanding. The problem lies not in the shepherd's absence, but in our own disconnection from the guidance he offers. It is easy to become distracted by external circumstances, to look for answers outside ourselves, and to forget that everything we need is already within. Trusting the shepherd means trusting the inner wisdom that has always been there, quietly leading us, even when the world around us seems chaotic. This inner voice, though often subtle, is always present, ready to guide us to where we need to be. Trusting it is a recognition that the answers we seek are not external, but internal, already within us, waiting to be heard. This trust is not a passive act. It requires active participation. Trusting the shepherd is not simply waiting for things to happen, but moving forward with faith, even when the path ahead seems unclear. We are often so concerned with knowing every detail of our journey that we forget that trust is about surrendering to the unknown. The shepherd does not demand that we understand everything before we take the next step. The trust we place in the shepherd is a trust that life will unfold exactly as it should, even if we cannot see the whole picture. With each step we take in faith, we are led closer to the realization of our highest good. This is not blind faith, but faith in the process, knowing that with each moment we are moving toward greater understanding, growth, and fulfillment. Moreover, when we trust in the Good Shepherd, we realize that the journey is not about struggle, but about alignment. The challenges we face are not obstacles, but opportunities to realign ourselves with the truth of who we are. The shepherd's guidance is not about forcing us onto a predetermined path, but about leading us to the places where we can grow and evolve. The difficulty of the journey is not in the challenges themselves, but in our resistance to the process. When we trust, we let go of that resistance and allow the flow of life to take us where we need to go. In this surrender, we find peace, knowing that we are always being guided, even when the path seems uncertain. Trusting the Good Shepherd is about embracing the unconditional love that is always available to us. We do not have to earn the shepherd's care, nor do we have to prove ourselves worthy. The shepherd's love is freely given, always present, and never dependent on our actions or worthiness. It is this unconditional love that forms the foundation of our trust. And when we trust, we are accepting that love, knowing that no matter where we are in our journey, we are always worthy of guidance, protection, and care. This trust is a recognition of our inherent worth and our connection to something much greater than ourselves. It is in this love that we find our strength, our peace, and our direction. Trusting the shepherd means trusting in the love that has always been there, always guiding us, and always leading us toward the highest good. In life, we often find ourselves facing moments of uncertainty, where the path ahead seems unclear and we are left wondering where to turn. In these moments, it's easy to feel as though we are lost or wandering, disconnected from our true purpose. But the truth is, we are never truly lost. The sense of being lost is a product of our perception, not our reality. We are always being guided, even when we cannot see the way. When we trust in the Good Shepherd, we are acknowledging a force, a presence that knows the way, even when we cannot yet perceive it. Trust, then, becomes the key that unlocks the path to our true destination, leading us out of the fog of confusion and into the light of understanding. Trusting the Good Shepherd is about surrendering to the understanding that we are always being guided, even in the most challenging moments of our lives. This guidance does not come from an external source, but from a deep internal knowing that is always available to us. The shepherd is not distant or far removed from us. He is always present, leading us with wisdom and love. The key to recognizing this guidance lies in our ability to trust, to listen for the subtle whispers of truth that arise within us, guiding us step by step toward our highest good. It is through trust that we learn to tune into this inner voice, the voice that is always pointing us in the right direction, even when our external circumstances seem chaotic. As we deepen our trust in the shepherd, we begin to understand that this trust is not about having all the answers up front. Trusting the shepherd means embracing the unknown, stepping forward without the need for clarity on every detail. The journey is not always clear, and the road may seem uncertain, but trust is the willingness to move forward in faith, knowing that we are being led toward what we need. Each step we take, even in the face of uncertainty, is a step toward greater understanding, greater growth. Trust is not about control, it's about surrender. It's about allowing life to unfold as it should, knowing that the shepherd is guiding us even when we cannot see the whole picture. The more we trust, the more we allow ourselves to be guided by this invisible hand, and the more the path becomes clear. One of the most profound aspects of trusting the Good Shepherd is recognizing that we are worthy of his guidance and love. This guidance is not something that we must earn or deserve. It is freely given, always available, and unconditional. We do not have to prove ourselves to be worthy of the shepherd's care. We are already worthy. This understanding frees us from the need to strive or to feel unworthy of the love and guidance that we are receiving. It is through this recognition that we are able to truly trust, knowing that we are always supported, always loved, and always cared for, no matter where we are on our journey. Trusting the shepherd also means understanding that the challenges we face are not obstacles to be feared, but opportunities for growth and alignment. Life's difficulties are not signs that we are lost or on the wrong path. They are part of the process of realigning ourselves with our true purpose. The shepherd does not lead us around challenges. He leads us through them. It is in these moments of difficulty that we learn the most about ourselves and our ability to trust the process. The more we trust, the more we realize that these challenges are not meant to hinder us, but to help us grow, to help us become more attuned to the guidance that is always available to us. As we continue to trust, we come to understand that this trust brings us peace. Trust is not just an intellectual understanding. It is a deep inner knowing that we are always being guided, always being led in the right direction. This peace is not dependent on our circumstances. It is the peace that comes from knowing that we are never alone, that the shepherd is always with us, leading us through every moment of our life. This peace frees us from the need to control, from the need to understand everything in advance. It is a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that comes from complete trust in the process of life. Finally, trust in the Good Shepherd means embracing the idea that the journey is the destination. We often think of the journey as a means to an end, but the truth is that the journey itself is where the growth, the learning, and the transformation take place. Trusting the shepherd means embracing the process, knowing that every step we take, no matter how small, is part of the unfolding of our true purpose. As we trust, we become more in tune with the rhythm of life, more aligned with our true selves, and more open to the guidance that is always available to us. And in this trust, we find not only our direction, but our peace, our purpose, and our fulfillment. Trusting the Good Shepherd is not a passive act, but a conscious, active choice to surrender to the guidance that is always present. It is the recognition that, even in moments of uncertainty and confusion, we are never truly lost. The shepherd's wisdom, love, and direction are always available to us, if only we choose to listen and trust. This trust is the key to unlocking a life of peace, growth, and alignment with our true purpose. It allows us to move forward in faith, knowing that each step we take is part of a greater plan, one that we may not fully understand, but that we can trust to unfold perfectly. In trusting the Good Shepherd, we embrace not only his guidance, but also the unconditional love and support that comes with it, knowing that we are always exactly where we need to be, and that we are being led toward our highest good. Awakening trust is the foundation of peace and fulfillment, and it is through this trust that we discover the profound truth that we are never alone on this journey.